วัสดีครับวันนี้นะครับเราจะมาเจอกับ2ศิลปินคุณพ่อและคุณลูกนะครับที่ทั้งสองคนนี้ได้เดินทางไปหลากหลายประเทศทั่วโลกเลยก็ว่าได้เพื่อที่จะเก็บภาพสวยๆของแต่ละประเทศนะครับกับงานที่มีชื่อว่า Take Your Seat นั่นเองนะครับและล่าสุดทั้งสองคนก็ได้เดินทางมาที่ประเทศไทยเพื่อที่จะมีการจัดงานนิทรรศการขึ้นมาเพื่อเฉลิมฉลองในโอกาสครบรอบ 60 ปีความสัมพันธ์ทางการทูตระหว่างประเทศไทยและประเทศแคนาดานั่นเองนะครับอะไรที่อยู่เบื้องหลังแรงบันดาลใจของการถ่ายภาพในครั้งนี้ต้องมาติดตามกันในวันนี้ครับ I would like to know the initiate idea of Take Your Seat project. How did the project came from?
I worked for advertising agencies for my whole career here and globally. And what I learned with all the brands that I worked on was the importance of a symbol, something that can be interpreted very quickly. And so the chair became that symbol, and we chose a director's chair with a very specific purpose. We want you to think of your life as the biggest movie screen of all. You get to decide, you get to choose. It's your life, you get to direct it, and hopefully you will do that with a sense of liberation and freedom, but also some responsibility, because the choices you make dictate whether this planet is going to survive or not, whether we are going to be friends or we're going to build walls, and whether we're going to follow our hearts instead of just always going after the most high-paid job.
I see. For the first time when you start the project, did you decide that both of you going to work together?
That's a good question.
I think fairly on we realized, especially with the chair, there's a practical side, which is to place the chair in all of these images, and it's always integrated into the scene. It often does require two people. That's the practical side, but to work together, we have different perspectives on art, different perspectives on creating the photographs. It's also very beneficial to have these different ideas, and the end result, hopefully, is greater because of it.
How do you separate the work between both of you?
We will each study a shot, and we will talk between us what we think the right angle is, what the right shutter speed, everything is. Once we get the technical side done, it depends. It is not a rule that says I will be the one who puts the chair somewhere or Spencer is. It's just sometimes I will have a shot that I know I want to do, and Spencer will say, I know that Randy has this covered. It's better he takes this picture. Other times Spencer will see something that I don't see, and so I will move the chair. And then so we start together, one of us moves the chair and the other one takes the picture, usually the one who had the idea in the first place.
And at the end, all of the files go onto one computer. At the end, we can't tell, or maybe
I don't remember who took which shot anymore.
Oh, I see. Maybe you both can support each other. Are there any difficulty working with your own father?
Nothing big. Nothing big. It's been, so far we've traveled and worked together for this project, Take Your Seat, in 14 countries, all over the world. I think it's hard enough as an individual to work and create projects like this in many different countries. It can be added when you have also the family connection, but no doubt in my mind, overall, the challenges have been very, very small and minor and over in a couple of minutes compared to the huge benefit and joy of working side by side.
Yeah, and to as a father, not a business person, as a father, to have my son next to me on all of these trips and to share this with him is a great honor. As a business person, if I was to go out and hire somebody to do what Spencer does, he would be the guy I would hire. So I'm very fortunate to not only have my son, but the best business partner I could have. And so it works very, very well.
The cost effectiveness included.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Travel around the world, maybe, as you said, that it's 14 countries now with this chair. So how difficult for carrying this chair all around the world?
Well, we only have one chair, and it's the only chair we use in every photograph that we do. And we like to think of it as we should think of our planet. We only have one planet, we have to take care of it. We now take care of this chair much more thoroughly because we know it's the only one we have. If we had extras, maybe we wouldn't be so careful.
So these become your family members already?
Of course, this is my other son.
So you have to take care of him very well as well. For being a photographer, how do you blend in the chair to every photo of this project, Take Your Seat?
That's the big creative question. We knew when we started this that it was hard enough to take a very good photograph. There are incredible photographers all over the world who take beautiful shots of sunsets and mountaintops and so forth. We were hoping from a creative standpoint that we would be able to live up to that expectation of quality and expertise, but by adding the chair into this photograph, not only does it make it unique, but more importantly, it embeds a message. There is why is this chair in this photograph? But it has to be placed in a way that still is creative, not always in the same place, and what makes sense from a environmental perspective. So we spent a lot of time in a place trying to figure out where is the best place to put this chair. When it's there, hopefully it blends with the environment enough, but also still has the red and the why is this chair there? And then it causes people to ask a question. Why? Why would you put this chair in this photograph? And that's what we strive for. We want people curious. We want them to ask this question.
Picking the locations is always a challenge because you have a limited amount of time, so you cannot pick everything. We wanted to make sure we included South, Central, and Northern Thailand, and in each region include some element of culture, of nature, and of an urban setting.
Talking about Thailand, at the present time, you have passed through all of the experience in Thailand for the photograph shooting. What is the most impressive or memorable for Thailand?
For me, I'm actually very interested in interactions with people. And this country, by far, is so genuine, so authentic. The people are so friendly. The smiles that you read about in the ads or whatever, it truly is, it's real. And when you have such an unusual language for us as English speakers, you know we can't communicate language-wise, but somehow the connection we have with the Thai people and the work that we are doing, this is what, no matter north, south, east, west, didn't matter. Wherever we were in Thailand, that was the one thing for me that stood out the most.
I think the image where this is most clear is an image we have on the Andaman Sea in southern Thailand. The chair has been very carefully placed on the front of a fishing boat. These gentlemen were fishing and we approached them with this, frankly, initially crazy idea. Maybe please interrupt your workday and take a photo of your boat with the chair on the front. After they see the result of the picture with the setting sun and the beautiful reflection of the clouds in the water, then they understand right away and they're so happy to have taken a moment with us to become part of the chair's story. And I think that for this reason, this photo will always be very special to take your seat.
Talking about the sustainability and the photo that you have taken, what are the related?
We focus on three things with our work. We talk about the idea of one people, one planet, and one life. And so the environmental side would fall under our one planet. When you think about it, no matter the fact that we are 15,000 kilometers apart, Canada and Thailand, we have the same environmental issues. What is happening to our forests, pollution in our waters, fossil fuels, all of these things are across the planet. I hope that a lot of our work on the environmental side, this one planet notion, really gets people to recognize that this chair, again, is you direct your life, you get to choose. Will you use the plastic straw or not? Will you let some other country or some other people blame them? Or do you say, no, I have to take responsibility for this myself? And so through our work, we show some of those environmental issues, but the chair is also the catalyst, if you will, to take it on personally.
So the question may be more direct to you, Spencer, since you're graduate from this faculty, the sustainability. How do you see the photographer and sustainability related and connected?
When I was studying environmental science at university, initially I thought there might be a disconnect between this field of study and a career as a photographer. With this particular project, because it has the message of being the director of your life, they're actually much closer than I initially imagined. And whether that message is for a large company or for individuals, it starts with an appreciation for the place. So we share many beautiful images from across the planet of amazing natural spaces. And from appreciation, we hope that can lead to protection and a love that includes admitting where we're going wrong and then adjusting course, being the director and making the choices that we need to protect these spaces and everywhere.
และทุกครั้งที่ได้เดินทางจุดหมายคงไม่มีความสำคัญ